We read in our New Testaments and in the teachings of the Fathers the warnings about the coming of Antichrist. And we read there that not only the world, but even part of the church will be led astray. And in our pride, we may say to ourselves, I would never follow Antichrist. And yet, in the world around us, we see the spirit of Antichrist at work so powerfully. We see so many, even in the church, led astray. The spirit of Antichrist calls us to believe in the achievements of man, to place man above God, to create a utopia, a paradise on earth. Communism, capitalism, the Nazis, all dangled this false promise of utopia before men. We read in the New Testament that the Antichrist will seat himself on a throne to be worshipped above God. It isn't just the Antichrist who is seated on that throne, it is mankind himself. Everything that we do that places our trust, our faith, our hope in the achievements of man is the spirit of Antichrist. Science, technology, there is no paradise to be created here on earth. Often, those without faith will say, oh, well, you believe because you can't deal with the realities of this world. But the truth is the opposite. We as Christians have engaged with the reality of our death, the suffering of this life. Our hope is in a paradise to come. Materialism engenders a false trust in a paradise that never comes. That the ease and the comforts and the pleasures of this world will somehow take away the threat of death. And many people live in complete denial, pretending to themselves that they will never die. And yet we live knowing that death is to come. We do not run away from it. The spirit of Antichrist will deny to us the reality of our death, convince us to live day to day because we can become immortal. But in our hearts we all know this to be true, false, untrue. And the spirit of Antichrist raises relativism, a confusion of ideas, tells us that all truth is equal. It is false. It stems from a denial of truth. Christ himself is the truth, the way, the life, and the truth. The ecumenical movement, inclusiveness of ideas. What lies at the heart of these systems is really a lack of belief. Nihilism, a rejection of truth, a rejection of Christ himself. This is the spirit of Antichrist. It is at work in our world, raising man above God. We must reject everything that suggests to us that there is an evolution of civilization of man himself. In fact, the opposite is true. We see a degeneration of human society and culture. Civilization is being eroded. The trinkets of technology, the trinkets of cameras and gadgets, they hypnotize people. We can so easily be confused and imagine that because we have these fancy gadgets, we're somehow further on along than the people of the 17th or 16th or 10th or 5th century. It is a lie. Evolutionism is a lie. Materialism is a lie. There is no paradise here on earth. There can be no building of a human utopia. We must place our trust alone in Christ and in the paradise which is to come.